Hi YouTube! Today is my 26-week pregnancy update video, and this week I wanted to talk about one of my favorite dresses that I like to wear and how I made it in under an hour for under $10. So I'm going to insert a couple video clips right here that tells you how I made this dress. This is one of my favorite maternity dresses, and it's my most comfortable, and it's a great all-season dress, and I made it. And I'm going to quick show you how I made it. I simply started with a basic tank top, and this is one that I picked up at Kohl's. It was clearance because I picked it up in the winter, and because it was a tank, summer tank, it was clearance for I think $2, and that was cheaper than I could buy the fabric. And originally I was going to cut off the arms and use the stretchy fabric as a belly band, but then I said, oh, hang on a second, why not just sew this skirt panel to the tank top and then have it as a one piece? So I ended up doing that, and this I bought one size bigger than I usually wear, so this is a large, and that gave me plenty of room for what I needed being pregnant. So after you've bought your tank top, the next thing is finding matching fabric, which I found this at Joann's, and you want something that has some stretch to it. You can see I can pull that a little bit, but that's perfect for being pregnant because then it just fits you at different, it fits you all through the different sizes. So that's the first step. The next step in making this was making the skirt part. It wasn't hard. I measured underneath my belly and added like an inch and a half, depending how much of a seam allowance I wanted to leave on either side, and just measured that amount across the top and added the measurements for the seam allowance. And then just did a basic A-line cut. I don't remember how wide I ended up using it for the bottom, but it wasn't that much wider. And then I just cut out the two panels, and first I sewed them together with a regular straight stitch, and then I had a serger, so I took my serger and serged the edges, so it made it really fast and easy, and I didn't have to worry about hemming or anything like that. And then down for the hem, this isn't quite so pretty. I just serged the edges right there and then folded it up and just machine stitched right in the serger edge there, and it came out looking like that. And I did this in less than an hour, so you can see it's not exactly perfect. I was more in a hurry to get a new dress done because I was 34 weeks pregnant. I had nothing to wear. It was beastly hot, and this was the best I could do. So that's all I did for the skirt. Once you have that all sewn and put together, you're going to add your tank top. With right sides together, I lined up the edge of my fabric with the edge of the tank top. Now, I did not cut off the edge. If the tank top's too long, you may want to cut off a little bit of the tank top first. But this was just like perfect to go right underneath my 34-week belly, and so that's why I didn't bother cutting this out, because I wanted this to not make me look like an elephant, but I wanted it to just gracefully cover my backside and, look pregnant, not fat. So with right sides together, I pinned these together as you can't see the pins now because it's sewn, and then I just stitched the 5/8 seam all the way around, and then I tried it on. Once I was happy with it, I went back and serged the edges together. And that is all there was to making this super simple A-line dress. It did not cost me more than maybe $10 if you use your coupons at Joann's and are able to pick up a clearance tank top, even a tank top at a garage sale. And I don't know that you'd want to wear it just like this. You saw in my first picture, I had the sweater, the white sweater over it. That's more of my winter wear. But in the summer, I had a hot pink top that matched this, so I just threw that over, and it was perfect. It's funny how you can have certain clothes that just turn out to be your favorite, and that dress is certainly one of them because it's super comfortable. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can wear it in the summer, you can wear it in the winter. It's just one of those really versatile dresses, and when I originally made that, I never thought I would like it so much, but it's just super comfy. So I hope that gives you guys some ideas for getting a little creative if you like to sew. Don't be scared of using regular clothes like tank tops and things like that as your base, because that really saves you a lot of time when you're sewing, and making a simple A-line skirt is just a breeze to do. It doesn't take long, and you don't necessarily need a serger to make this. It really helps make the edges look nice and finished, but you don't need that for the finished product. The one test, however, that I do not do every time I'm pregnant is the glucose tolerance test. However, I do have my own little sugar meter, glucometer, and I periodically test my sugars, usually about 26 weeks on through 32, 34, and as long as those numbers are good, I really don't worry about what I'm eating. The number came back 72, and that sounds more reasonable for what I have, and I was happy with that. That I would expect to be my normal number. So I sent that into my midwife, and she added that to my chart, and that looks good. In another week or two, I'll test it again in the morning, make sure those numbers haven't changed at all, but that seems to be right where I'm supposed to be. And I've never had gestational diabetes or any problems like that, so I'm not really concerned about it. One physical discomfort that I've had this week is this sensation that the baby is sitting in my diaphragm, right underneath my rib cage, and I can't eat anything without having either heartburn or that fullness or that indigestion, that icky feeling, and it can take hours before that goes away. So I haven't been really feeling like eating much because of that. When I did go to my midwife, all the numbers are measuring right on track. So it could just be the way the baby's lying in there, and maybe it just moved up. I'm not really sure. So I'm curious to see what she's going to say when I go back at the end of December to see if the baby has grown or if it's just my imagination. But it's been rather uncomfortable this week in the line of eating. Not much else has happened this week for week 26. Looking forward to next week. I have my daughter's 12th birthday party. I think that's it for week 26. So I will see all of you for week 27. Thank you, all of you, for subscribing and watching these videos, and we'll see you next week. Bye, YouTube.